Alright, I got a Shima game from last night. Um, a little frustrating day yesterday. It was Friday, and I don't know what to say. The random gameplay was extremely rough. I probably had a half dozen games where teams just kind of threw the game away. Got lectured by guys with 30% win rates. Normal random stuff. So, I took a look at our teams in matchmaking mod, and yeah, it's not looking really great. The Minotaur behind me is a pretty decent player. Actually, he is one of the best players on the team. He's got some pretty good numbers, pretty decent win rate, and good average damage. And thank God, because it's going to be an interesting game with a pretty crazy outcome. And you'll notice on this flank, on the western flank, we have myself, a Minotaur, and a Yamato. And that's it. Everybody else is on the other side of the island chain. And it's a pretty interesting game. I think it shows really that what a couple good players can do. It does also point out how bad and some people play to a certain extent. I'll try to make a couple notes, but you'll notice on the C cap our Haragumo is pushing in pretty aggressively. Our Yu Yang is pushing into the B cap. There's only 3 DDs. I know we're up against 2 Shimas. One of them has 8-kilometer torps. I don't think besides the 8-kilometer torps being super fast, they also have a quick reload. So a lot of times I'll play them and push into a cap and preemptively torp on the radio location. And people don't suspect it. Other DDs don't suspect it because your torps do come up so quick. So here's an interesting play by the red team here. So this threw me off. Why would you smoke over there? There's no fire coming out of it. Nobody's shooting. Nobody was spotted. Something didn't seem right about that. Radio location is pointing at it. Why would you drop a smoke for a battleship? I don't know. Radio location is jumping all over. The Minotaur is playing pretty aggressive, which is cool. Because again, I think he's a good player. So if this was your average Joe, if you look on the other side, you'll see our Haraguma is very deep into the C cap. Not sure that's early on with several radar ships. That's the way to play, but I don't know if this. I didn't talk to this guy, but I don't know if this guy gets taken back by what transpires here. This is kind of interesting. So you see the Alabama over here. He's heading to the east. He poses no threat to us. Our Haragumo is getting torn up right now. He is battling. He's basically at point blank range with his Zao. Notice the red tracers coming out of that smoke. It didn't hit me during the game, and now it jumps out and stands out. But that's obviously a radar cruiser, an American cruiser with Halsey on board. As we know, the Zao is on the other side of the map. So I didn't notice that during the game. I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah. So right now, the Haragumo that was at sea is dead, and and basically we traded the Hariguma for the Zao. I don't know if that was worth it, but so anyways, back to my original point. I'm radared, and that kind of caught me off guard. Obviously, that DD smoked up and set a trap, and I kind of fell right into it. Kind of annoyed that I fell for that. I got sucked into that. Luckily, Salem has short radar and short range and short duration. So, kind of like when I get caught by a Russian cruiser, I don't really worry about it a whole lot if I got some distance, because it's going to be on for a little bit. I'll turn, face away, and run. So, basically, I've been torping this area on radio location. We know there's a Richelieu over there. We know now there's a Salem over there. Obviously, the Salem doesn't have hydro. He has radar. So, yeah, there's a little love for you. Our Yu Yang at the B cap has kind of taken a beating also. We've lost C, which is ironic because our entire fleet is there. Now, I've been calling out for help and calling out for ships to focus. My teammates, the guys that started on this flank, to focus people. And you can see that the Minotaur's turned out and the Yamato has also turned out. They're both heading kind of toward B. So, it is what it is. They've actually been helping, so I'm not really like mad or anything like that, or upset that they're not, going bow in and pushing these guys. It is what it is. I'm pretty confident in my ability to really keep this flank contained. I called out the gearing, and the Minotaur is pounding him. So I'm going to help out and try to do my part. I know the Salem's behind an island, so I can fire somewhat freely. Theoretically, I take some shots from the Salem. He's now visible again. But, getting rid of this gearing would be huge. It would definitely help out on this flank. Unfortunately, we don't manage to finish him off. I'm going to put a set of torps in there. Made a little mistake here. It turned in toward him. And as anybody that plays the Shima knows, all your guns are in the back. It's kind of a mistake on my behalf, because now I have to turn more or less fully broadside to bring my rear guns into action, which is where 2/3 of my firepower are. And of course I get set on fire. I take a couple shots from not only the gearing, but also that Salem is still relevant. So at this point, it's 3 ships versus 3 ships. We have managed to take the C cap, although my team is spending a lot of time muddling around over there. And just like that, we managed to finish off the gearing, and I had to smoke up just to break contact. I didn't want to take any more damage. I am down to just 4,000 health. I put a set of torps out on this Richelieu, who appeared to be backing up. I don't know what people are thinking sometimes, but whatever. He's got an island that he could put on his side, or he could back out into the open where there's a known shima. Seems legit, right? So, anyways, those torps are on their way. He's starting to move forward, but looking at those torps, they look like they're going to be pretty good. That's going to be a big hit to him, and it is. It's 2 torps, and yeah, you take most of his health. We are down another ship, and you'll notice that both the Minotaur and the Yamato, while they did transition to or near the B cap in that island chain, they have stayed relevant in the A flank battle here. They didn't completely ditch me, which is something I see a ton of too lately. People grab a cap and everybody leaves and heads to another flank, or to another cap. Basically, almost immediately surrendering the cap that they just took. And in my opinion, it's easier to defend a cap than it is to take a cap. So it's kind of in your best interest to take and hold as opposed to just take and then go try to take another cap. So we got this low health Richelieu. And yeah, let's get rid of him. He is still firing. A very questionable action considering his health. Although he probably would be perma, and maybe that's why he's doing it. Maybe I have him perma spotted. And we lose another ship. And our Zal finishes off the Richelieu. So I was calling him out, and again, the Zal, even though he, turned out and headed away and then came back, he's still supporting me. And that's the thing. Like, I didn't get upset because he turned out or was heading in a different direction. As long as he supports me, I really don't care where his boat's pointing or where he's going. You see that all the time. Like, I'll be playing a game and I'll turn my battleship one way and they'll be like, "You're not supporting me, screw you." And you don't have to be in the cap to support somebody. So, anyways, you could tell I had a very, very frustrating day in World of Warships yesterday. It was... the nonsense was at a very, very, very high level. So, put some more torps out on this Salem. And the good thing here is he's hyper-focused on that Yamato, and that was actually going away from him. And he was firing in the open, pushing into the cap, and yeah. Again, Shima in the area, man. Not paying me the proper respect, and I love players that do that. The Shima is a very, very capable ship. I don't think it's all... I hate it when people say a wall of skill, because I would highly encourage you to go jump in a Shima if you think it's that easy to play and go make it happen. A lot of stuff to keep in mind when you play this boat. So I fired at that Salem right at the last second. I pretty much knew the torps were going to get him. I thought they would. And sometimes you can literally fire, bait them a little bit, and then get them to go into your torp. So unfortunately, things aren't going so great for my team. We have a Yu Yang and a Minotaur still left. Our Yang is very low health, and he's gone. So that leaves two Shimas and a Yamato and a Kurfürst against myself and the Minotaur. Yeah. Their Shimakazes account for 4 kills, and one of them's in a division with the Kurfürst that counts for another 2 kills. So those 3 ships have literally basically decimated my team, and it's just me and the Minotaur. Again, pretty confident in my abilities in the Shima and my playstyle on it, and hoping we can pull this off. Looking at the mini map, it looked like both the Yamato and the Kurfürst, which are pushing towards us, which is a good thing for me, because that is a very important piece of this puzzle. If they had turned out and were running away, this game would be completely different right now. I can't torp from behind. I can't chase battleships. It doesn't work. Once in a blue moon, you get lucky and you get a torp strike or something, but in general, torping from behind a battleship is not a good plan, and a waste of very limited resources that have a long cooldown. So Our Minotaur does spot a Shima at point blank range to him. And here's another thing, right? A Shima YOLOing a Minotaur is just a fail. So my Minotaur is obviously under the gun here. He's got his hands full, so I decided to open fire on this Shima. Wasn't sure if my torps were going to be good, and then I was actually kind of hoping that I would get a double strike, but that wasn't going to be the case. The Shima went behind the carcass of the Kerfers. So just like that, we literally pulled the game back. It's funny because I noticed in chat that really nobody said anything. I told the Minotaur, who basically killed both of those near full health Shimas, you know, good job or well done, and then he replied with the same thing. So the timing was just impeccable on that. He took out both of the DDs, and I managed to get the cruiser. And now the points that put us in the lead for a second, but because they have two caps, they are going to basically catch back up and pass us as far as points go here. So this game is super close. You'll also notice that nobody in chat said anything, which is kind of ironic because at this point, myself, the Yamato, and the Minotaur, so the three ships that were on the A flank, and the only three ships that were on the A flank, account for the majority of the kills. Yeah, seven of the kills right now. So, and hopefully we'll change that to make it 8 of the kills between the three of us. So, kudos to both of these guys. I know the Yamato died about mid-game, but I was able to send him a compliment. And obviously this Minotaur, he kicked ass. He was there the whole time, and I sent him a compliment. So I put torps out. I don't believe I followed the prediction line all the way because a lot of times I expect people to move forward that are reversing. So I kind of put it kind of medium-ish as far as where I thought he was going to go. Then of course I pull a knucklehead move here. I got 4,000 health, and I get plane spotted, and he's got his guns looking at me. He takes a couple torps. I open up, and then I smoke up. Wrong order there, and you'll notice he manages to get a salvo off from his rear guns, and I survive with 100 health and managed to light him on fire. So he's used his repair from those multiple torp hits to stop the flooding, and I managed to get my 4th kill. So yeah, great job by the Minnow and the Yamato. Again, the 3 ships accounted for 8 kills, and a pretty good comeback. We were really behind for a bit there, and we were behind most of the game. So 4 kills, 9 torp hits, 160k, only 1 cap, but that's really all we needed. 2547 base XP. You can see the Minotaur was right behind me at 2451, and the Yamato had 1902, which isn't too shabby, considering he did miss out on a fair amount of the game after pushing into B. So 135,000 in just torpedo hits, and got a bunch of defense points, and fair amount of the capture points. So pretty solid game, great comeback. Man, last game of the night, and it really turned things around for me. What do we got here? Oh yeah, we got some credits, and we got some Elite Captain XP. Yummy. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.